Welcome to CESD 2016, CESD Research Methods. My name is Sean Meadis. I'm the Acting Director at Nordic Institute, which is a community-based research group affiliated with the CESD department here at Algoma University, and I'm also an adjunct professor in the CESD department. I've taught a few courses, including research methods, as well as global and local relations, critical perspectives on community development, and some special topics courses in social policy in First Nation communities, or project management and proposal writing. My field of experiences within the realm of community-based research, but also I have done a fair bit of work in linguistics and language policy and gender studies. I have a honors Bachelor of Arts from Dalhousie University in linguistics and gender and women's studies. I did my master's degree at York University in linguistics and applied linguistics, and I'm also at York currently completing my PhD in linguistics and applied linguistics. If you ever need to get a hold of me, other than email, which you can find on our syllabus, you can call me at 705-949-2301, extension 4235. My online office hours are Thursday, 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon, and on Thursdays. During that time, I can guarantee you that I will be in the office and able to answer your calls. But if you're calling outside of that window, I may still be available, so feel free to try. But if I don't answer, just leave a message. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Same goes for email.
Hi, so I will be co-instructing the course with Sean. Ani bojo manono den dishnakas makwadodam yanga hagwa minwa ojiboy nishnabe kwayendao swagi minwa wikumkang dunjaba. So my name is Lauren Dockstader. I'm a little bit out of my homeland, which is Six Nations in Southern Ontario. So I am a researcher at Nordic Institute. I have a Master's of Social Work from Grand Valley State University, a BA in History and Political Science from Algoma University, and a Social Service Worker Native Specialization Diploma from Sioux College. Primarily, I like to work in the field of social work, doing social research, as well as working with social issues or social development. My phone number is 705-949-2301, extension 4229, and I'm accessible on Wednesdays between 1 and 3:30. So I will be in my office able to accept phone calls at that time, and like Sean had mentioned, responding to emails might take up to 24 hours outside of that window, so please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or concerns.
So we also wanted to give you a bit more insight into who we are as people and as instructors, and kind of try to give you a little bit of a window into our lives, what little life we have outside of our work. Just to start off, I want to say that this is actually both of our first times doing an online course, though we have experience doing courses in traditional formats. Generally well, you can speak for yourself about your teaching philosophy, but for me, I would say that I think that the role of the instructor is really important to transfer the passion that we have for our subject matter to our students, and to help you find what it is that is most useful out of this course. Now, we don't all have the same kind of trajectories, or whether it's for careers or families or anything like that. So we're not always going to get the same things out of this, out of the same course material. It's our job to help you find what's useful to you. I think that in terms of maybe, I guess I'll give you a bit more background on myself. I was born in Newfoundland in St. John's, and lived in a small community north of St. John's until I was 9 years old. I moved to Sault Ste. Marie in Northern Ontario in 1995, and lived here for most of my life. I did go to Halifax in Nova Scotia for 4 years to do my undergrad, and returned to Sault Ste. Marie for a couple of years, then went to Toronto to do my master's. And there I also met my partner, Ray, and about a year or so after that, we ended up moving back to Sault Ste. Marie. So part of that was because Ray's also from Northern Ontario. He's from Wikwemikong and Ceded Indian Reserve in Manitoulin Island. And we go back to Wiki pretty regularly. We don't have any kids, but we do have two lovely dogs, Blanche and Lula, that you might hear me talk about now and then. But other than that, we like to spend time together, but also get involved in different community activities and stay involved locally.
So similar to Sean, I guess, in the sense of teaching philosophy. As a teacher, I really see the value in being able to ask thoughtful questions to students and having students being able to inquire about things that they don't understand. Because as I've experienced as a student myself, this is the time for you to be able to ask those kind of questions. If you don't understand a certain concept or an issue, being able to really understand it in terms of the course content that's being taught to you and your interpretation of that. So my past experiences, I was working at a family crisis shelter on Batchewana First Nation prior to becoming a researcher at Nordic Institute, where I've been working for the past 4 years on various projects. I've done needs assessments, I've worked on asset mapping, program evaluation, program development initiatives, basically a lot of what community wants, and trying to help organize different initiatives to see it become realities in these communities. I don't have any experience, as Sean had mentioned, with online course development, so this is my first. In terms of family, I have 4 children and a loving partner who I've been with for about 8 years. One of my children is on the autism spectrum, so trying to live with someone who has special needs has kept me close to home, or Sault Ste. Marie now, for the past 20 years, which is, like I had mentioned, quite a distance from Six Nations, where I had grown up. I've actually lived a lot of different places in Ontario, so having that different diverse experience, I guess, from living all sorts of places. But for now, Sault Ste. Marie is my home, and I really do enjoy the work at Nordic. So thanks.
Just so you know, you can find more information about the course in the course syllabus, which is posted at the top of the Moodle course page. And there's also a course expectations video that goes through the syllabus and the schedule of lessons and various assignments that are going to be coming up.
So there is a Moodle demo video at the top section of the Moodle course page that you can access that will help you walk through what the different components are that will be found on the page.
So I think that's it for us for now, and we look forward to working with you over the course of the few weeks that we have together while you're doing this online course. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.